Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the beautiful, and ladies, gentlemen, and you beautiful rainbow people in between. Welcome back to the Belfort. I'm a very professional streamer. Sloth, as you can tell by the way I accidentally turned off my game music and left it open all the same. Anyway, when we last left off, we met Yatsuyu's delightful stepbrother, Asahi, who dressed like a villain, talked like a villain, and lo and behold, was a villain the entire time. Maybe the true villains of Final Fantasy XIV are the assholes we met along the way. And that's pretty much it, I think. It's like the only real big thing that happened last time. I had a bunch of short streams last week because my internet was stuttering, and for no reason whatsoever. It started stuttering, started lagging at randomly, and then it just came back. Like nothing happened. Nothing from internet provider, nothing. So you know, well, we'll see how this week goes. First, let's turn on some bloody music in this game because it is gorgeous music. System. There we go. That is much better now, so remember everybody's voices, because I have the memory of a goldfish. It might just be a weekly thing where I change voices around at random. Dosetsu and Tsuyu. Alphino has important news to share. Internet, impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for the peace set down by the ambassador. For the Guardian's part, the Popularis have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangsha. It would seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. Rabbit wife nod. According to the letter, Natsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma. Assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to it, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. The Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight. It would be better if Asahi weren't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straight ways for the Enclave then. Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust you will cope with our absence, Tataru. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. God, that's so fucking short. Everybody's so fucking short. Okay. To the Enclave. Oh, Doman Enclave. I don't know where I was going with that. Expecting you. Let's go right on in. Ever since he drained our coffers dry buying that sword, Alfno has had his purse strings in a death grip. I can't even buy a cup of tea without him going on about the dangers of frivolous spending. Serves you right, you little shit. We know the broad spokes. God. Spokes. What the fuck is a spoke? We know the broad strokes from his letter, but I would hear the details of our Doma friend's progress from Lord Hien himself. Ah, I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gatsuyu. Yosetsu. What the fuck is Gatsuyu? Did I just combine the fucking names? God. It concerns Gosetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather worse for wear. Despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Wait, what? Good gods! Is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which is all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time you receive some visitors. Won't you spare him a moment? Gatsuyu has scarce left her side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We will visit him at once. Indolent, Alze, shall we? Oh, cutscene. Cutscene.
Open wide now.
God, it's so weird hearing her as like a docile voice.
Pleased to you. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself.
Is he putting up an act for us?
I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai. I enjoyed them in my youth.
Really? Never had a persimmon.
A persimmon?
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... A gross exaggeration.
Ah, the man has his pride.
A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps. But with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
One would hope.
Take off your clothes.
I'm sorry, what?
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
Dear God, what the fuck?
My lady, I assure you, this is not...
Doubt.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink.
Oh, man. Low blow. This is great. And because things are great.
What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
Oh, those are where she shot him. Thought she shot him in the side, though.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man.
Oh. Oh, no.
Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
Rude. Ah, that's right. She just kind of open-fired. And because everything is going so well, of course this is where shit hits the fan. Hey, 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 KO2, how are we doing today? They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I could think him a doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Indeed. Had someone told me a year ago I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I'm relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. How was it? How was new work? Hopefully not too taxing, but what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him, you couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gosetsu is a wise old man. The way he charges through life could be easily forgotten. Not much clients, but plenty time to study. Yeah, business be slow nowadays, especially with the new variant going around. Aye. He has resisted the screptitude. Okay. Screptitude? Yeah. With the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how animate his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains, he will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his age for a liege and lamb, and he will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yatsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. There is no pretense. Ah. Yukiri, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince. So, what makes you so sure? Probably just sit there for a few months and see how it goes. Best of luck to you. Oh, what was her voice? I can't even remember. I've spied on Yatsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask never slipped, not once. She has remained in Canada from the first. One evening I watched her as she sat in the chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami. A child's game. The wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else I would hazard. Aye, the matter is settled. Yatsuyu will become Tsuyu, and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returned conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandable. She's as good as fastening the chains around her neck. Aye. Which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, at the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There's no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Guardians are on their way. We must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you on the deck with Tsuyu. Alright. Up and away. on, Gigi. We must go to the fairy docks. Can you imagine Katsuyu playing with bowls on the floor? I don't know that we can think of her as the same person anymore. Shall we wait here then? For the end should not be long. Let's see. My friends, have you seen Suyu? She's nowhere to be found. This is sudden. What? But the Guardians will be landing in a matter of moments. If she has fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but if it is possible, Suyu has left Enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? Fair-skinned lady, my lord? I do not rightly know, I think. Yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as fallen snow it was. She's someone important, my lord. Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Idiots, Captain. It would seem that Suyu has crossed the river. Help me. No good can come of this. Does that mean we got a chest for fending? We did? Is this armor better than our old one? It is? It doesn't have the flair of the Dark Knight set, but it'll do. It is leveling gear. Makes me think of the... what is it? Dynasty Warriors? What makes you think of that? Well, red is definitely not my color. All Stormblood gear is just the same. Some kind of Asian armor. Hey, at least we got a kick-ass Zadachi out of this. The only toothpick sword I do not mind. Gone like the morning dew. Though his face betrays little sign of panic, Yan is plainly desperate to find Yotsuyu before something terrible happens. It seems Suyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me. But I would ask for your aid nonetheless. Let's see. We are at your service, Lord Yan. Now, as before, let us make the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone let Yugiri know what we've learned. I'll join you from the other side. We have no way of knowing where Suyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I would take... oh my god, I'm sorry for all the Japanese people. The Kusakari and its surroundings. Alphino, you take the road to Castle Flaminius. Should probably pay respects to the Roman Empire too, for ruining Latin. Handle it, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka, fucking hell, Yuzuka Manor, one of the Namazu, whatever, may well have seen our query. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff and hope the Kami smiles upon our efforts. Alright. Nannybot, activate! Fuck are we going? Don't know that. Hello, you weird-looking fish fucker. Welcome to Yuzuka Manor, yes. If there is anything you care to know, you need only, a pale-skinned woman. I've seen no such traveler, I'm sorry to say. Most sorry. Scaly-skinned Namazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. Wait, the scaly? They look like someone took a rubber ball and put it in a microwave for half an hour, and then blew it up with air. I'm usually pale-skinned. Yes. I saw the woman on the way back from my fishing trip. She had just crossed the shallows east of here. Was headed in a northeasterly direction for the most part. Her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. The fuck is wrong with that one? Oh my god, he has no eyes. Okay. Nannybot, activate. Over yonder. This music. Very much so. Sparkly. You see no sign of Yatsuyu to the north. Perhaps she is somewhere further off to the northeast. Judging by the orange spot on my map, I would have to say yes. Still no sign of Yatsuyu. Perhaps she is yet farther to the northeast. Oh no, if she's in the Mai, things are gonna go to shit. Yatsuyu is nowhere to be seen, but lying on the ground a short distance to the north, you spy a familiar-looking wide-brimmed hat. Oh, fucking hell! Not now, Fate! Fuck off! A cushy glance is all that is required to confirm your suspicions. It is the same hat Yatsuyu was wearing when you found her in Sakazuki. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, fuck. Indolent. Before you ask, our search of Kusakari and its surrounding has yielded exactly naught. Save this chance reunion with you, I suppose. Mistress Alize has gone to assist her brother at the castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hien here shortly after. How did you fare at the Fish People Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? I found her fucking hat. Towards the Mai, the Kami. If the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yaguri and I will check the paddies. The village square is yours. Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. Oh no.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Oh, this cannot end well. Oh, well, time to just rip that band-aid off then.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
Oh, god damn it, they think she's a ghost.
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
I'm sorry. Oh my god. Ah, so that's what a Lupin shock face looks like. His shoulder still looks like a bun.
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
About that.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsugu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies, my lord! She would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
Boy, that escalated quickly. Yeah, Hien is a
What I
pretty
saw
good
then.
guy.
It's all true. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Oh no.
Here, there's no need to cry.
That's a fucking tomato. Right?
Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
You're a good kid, Azami. You've always been a good kid.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu, and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands, and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
Oh, hey, the kid has some, what's the word I'm looking for? Agency.
All right. I'll keep my peace.
What?
As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Oh, okay. Alright, everybody go home. Nothing to see here. It's a giant rabbit and a frat boy looking emperor. He does look like a frat boy though, right? Like oh god. Well, that could have gone worse than I expected it to. There we go. All of this over a persimmon. I failed to consider how she might endanger herself. Knowing she has the mind of a child, I should have continued my vigilance, not relaxed it. Yeah, well, I do not know why everyone is so angry, but I got my fruit Gosetsu wanted. I hope he likes it. I hope so too, kid. Fruits of her labor. The end is a picture of relief. The picture of a man who chugs an entire thing of lager and then asks for seconds. That would have been better avoided. But at least it did not end in bloodshed. And judging by Sugu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt. Yeah, but she's starting to get visions of her past. That has to be a slip-up, man. Nay. It seems it was an offhand request of Gosetsu which brought her to Namai. She came in search of a persimmon. Ha! That they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gosetsu finds the taste to his liking. How did a kid just have a persimmon in her pocket? Well, we have certainly taken the long way round, but let us continue on to catch some Flaminians. And our meeting with the ambassador, the little shit Asahi. Alfred Onaze should still be there, conducting the search. Come, JJ. We have a cash drum to go to. Right. Activate nanny bot. So right. Ah, such good music. Ran into that randomly wandering woman around here. That was weird. She then disappeared sometime later. Ah, the guardian theme. The Imperial ship has arrived. Whether our conscripts are aboard remains to be seen. I was sure Yotsuyu had fled, and it seems the memory hasn't returned after all. How foolish of me not to consider Gosetsu's craving for seasonal fruit. Lord Hien informed us of the uproar at Nabai. Think to 12 you found Yotsuyu when you did. I dare not think what might have happened had you not. Do we have to stay here long? We're waiting for his fruit. It seems our Imperial guests have already arrived. Let's have to meet with the ambassador. This is gonna go well. So then he turned himself into a pickle, my lord. Funniest shit I've ever seen, Maxima. I say. Weasel man.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna punch him in his fucking mouth.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see.
Oh god, here we fucking go.
But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
Oh no. Who the fuck is it? Hildebrand and Nashu? That would have been hilarious. Can you fucking imagine? That's no Hildebrand and Nashu. Oh.
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look well.
Oh god, she's tripping balls!
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Doubt.
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Doma.
Yeah, I want to deck him in his fucking smug little mouth.
Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
Poison in her ear.
We continue with the exchange as planned then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
Yana's fucking furious. Those boxes are starting to remind me of those ones we found in the Kobold camp. either carry reinforcements, bodies of deceased conscripts that couldn't make it, or crystals. What the fuck would he need? And this... Kojin summon the kami via relics. Sahi gave Yatsuyu a mirror. A very peculiar looking mirror. So... now he just needs to bring the requisite crystals and ether so that he can summon a kami and then blame it on Yatsuyu starting a war? Again? I guess. Either that or it's just full of reinforcements and the mirror is just a mirror. Or maybe it's... he's a little shit, he would do that. He's trying really hard to bring back Yatsuyu's memories. Like, was one of the memories she had, like, how to perform a summoning, or... yeah, they remind me of coffins too, which is why I'm like, maybe he's doing a good thing by bringing back corpses of conscripts that died over in Garlemald so that they can be buried in their homeland. But now that I'm thinking about it, that mirror is very much sticking out. It's not your usual little hand mirror. It looks sort of like a relic. And it has a moon on its face, which reminds me of Elidibus, who's always on the moon. So I'm thinking Elidibus is somehow manipulating Asahi to ruin peace talks between Doma and Garlemald, forcing them into war, which will somehow serve to summon primals again like it did in ARR, which will continue to serve the Asians in their specified way, which has something to do with Zodiark, which they're trying to bring back somehow. So we might have another calamity in the works here. Or it could just be normal Asian shit that they always get up to. Or Asahi will try and take Yatsuyu by force, because we haven't seen the conscripts yet. He could be having reinforcements, so when he gets the prisoners, he can take Yatsuyu by force and fly off. So it's one of those options, and like the last two options are the slimiest, most shittery that I can think of. So it's probably either he's trying to summon something, or he's going to take Yatsuyu back by force. He doesn't seem to be a man of his word without it being very underhanded in some way. But we'll see. I knew it better than to trust Asahi. That was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I sent her back to the Enclave with Yugiri to give Yosetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them. You have that look, Alphino. What is it? Oh, nothing of consequence, most like. We can discuss it upon our return. Alphino, you know the reason we don't keep secrets anymore is a little shit like you keeps getting things fucked up. I suppose Suyu is to become an actual official Doman citizen. But what then? Will they keep her hidden here forever? Or might she one day be allowed to walk amongst the countrymen? So, it would seem that will be one less prisoner at the exchange. I only hope Yotsuyu's presence here will not present further problems. You should pay a visit to Kosetsu and reassure him about Suyu's fate. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on her. Another cutscene.
Kosetsu, are you awake?
Oh, he's not asleep.
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
Katsuyu, you are an alright dude.
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses.
Alphino looks
It was
like he's
plain their
dozing
presence
off.
caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
Yeah, Asari's kind of a little shit like that, Alize. If you haven't noticed already.
I like this Asahi less and less.
The reason Gosetsu is paralyzed
Be that as it may,
is
he
because
has
he would have
agreed
been
to allow
punching him in the face
Yotsuyu to
immediately.
remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention.
Oh, now you bring it up.
I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder...
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone!
At this point, she's like a ninja. Yugiri, you had one job!
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
Ah, that's Taro's voice actor. I can't be mad at you.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
Look, if this is anything like before, I'll probably find her. Unless she's already gone, then we full. Alright, let's find a... Should take off that buckle. It does not match my headband. Hey, aren't those... Hey, Yatsu's dad. You're dying.
Help me!
Oh god, we're tripping balls! Uh-oh. What the fuck? Oh no.
If only I hadn't remembered.
Oh, great.
He should hate me.
She going the way of Xenos?
But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
Why the fuck are you two here?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
Yeah, before this, we didn't have echoes much, did we? Except for an ARR where we trick balls
This
all
is
the
the
time.
Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu. A font of misery.
What the fuck did you take her in then?
You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure.
Oh, you...
We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
Honestly, you really do.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
You fucking asshole.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it.
Oh, you're gonna shake a motherfucker.
To the very depths I have sunk. My soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask.
I kinda missed the old voice.
Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Yotsuyu! Oh, yeah. That is some satisfying shit. Oh, yeah, she's related to Xenos. God, the Schadenfreude. Yeah, they got what they deserve. Hello, you little shit.
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise.
Alright. Take care, KO2. Yeah, Stormblood has that little in the
You
way of that
always
cup.
were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed. But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Please. I don't want to die.
It's better than you deserve, asshole. Zero sympathy for you guys.
Any sign of her?
If you count a couple of corpses, yes.
What happened here?
She killed him.
I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives. But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
And make the Fellowship of the Ring. Or something. Well, that was intense, but I do not feel sorry for those two's deaths. After all we've seen of them, right assholes. Oh, I'm back here. Let me take off my stupid headband. There we go, that looks better. So Asahi got his way in the end, and at an unspeakable price. He really is a vile little worm, isn't he? Just realized that if Higiri had had a good life, she would have probably turned out to be like Alize. Shame. Yatsuyu hid her recovery well. I had no inkling that her memory had returned. I keep asking myself when it could have happened. A meeting with her parents, perhaps. But then why would she? Nay. There's not to be gained from such conjecture. So Yatsuyu has returned to the bosom of the Empire after all. I cannot say I'm surprised, but what I struggle to fathom is Asahi's aim in all this. We have recovered the Neris's remains? Not that. We will hold them in the cremation anon. And hold the cremation anon. Would that we never had set in doom. Would that they never had set. Would that they never again set foot in Doma. I broke the news to Gotsetsu himself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts. Conscripts and contingencies. Lord Yen seems keen to take stock of the situation. I don't think I can ever do a good Yen voice, but whatever. So, my friends, That which we have feared has come to pass. Yotsuyu has regained her memory, returned to the Imperial fold. It is by any measure a cool twist, not least for Gosetsu, but for one which does not invalidate our agreement. According to the terms of the contract, we were bound to surrender Yotsuyu into the guardian hands should her condition improve prior to the hour of exchange. By that reckoning, all is, if not as it should be, then as it must be. This I accept. But what I cannot accept are the unconscionable lengths to which Asahi went to achieve this outcome. Given his recent conduct, his apparent admiration for Xenos, it is plain he cannot be trusted, and that is to say nothing of the unexplained containers he insists on bringing to our meetings. Whatever the ambassador is planning, I think it unlikely our negotiations will end peacefully. In the event of hostilities, the safety of the conscripts must be first concern. As such, I would have an escape route in place before the meeting begins. A wise precaution. A wise precaution, Lord Hien. If the main structure of Castrum Familius is to be the stage for the exchange, then I believe a thorough inspection is in order. The citadel has stood empty ever since the Imperial withdrawal. While we took steps to ensure that it cannot be defended by an occupied force, it is entirely possible that the ambassador has arranged things there to his advantage. I will slip inside, make certain that we have an unobstructed exit. Pray, allow me to join you. I have some experience in Imperial facilities. Should matters take a turn for the worse, I would hope to be of at least some use. Very good. That should be enough to guarantee us a way out of the castle. Beyond that, however, we will need a ship to ferry the conscripts back to the Enclave. Even with every skiff we have, it would take several trips to evacuate everyone. A Confederate Sekibune, on the other hand, would require only a single run and leave us far less vulnerable on the water, assuming, of course, Ratio can be convinced to part with one. Might I take the lead on this? I've had deals with Ratio and his pirates before. And I won't be alone, will I, Indolent? Just fucking volunteering me? Yeah, fine. I suppose not. Well, that was enthusiastic. Are you hoping to join Eucarian Alpha or the skulking mission by any chance? I mean, kind of. Would have been interesting. Certain you would make a persuasive pair. But I think I will accompany you to these negotiations all the same. My lord, the ruler Doma should not be seen consorting with common brigands. Come now, Yugiri. They stood with us against the Empire. If we would ask their aid once more, we must treat them as equals. My presence shall serve to demonstrate our sincerity. Indeed, my lord. Pray forgive my presumption. By your leave, Master, Alphino and I shall be about our task. Alright, guess we're meeting pirates. And we should be on our way to Onokoro. Time is short and Ratio may take some convincing. Alright, headed back to Onokoro. This go. And there we go. Antibot activate. Oh hey, a lot of them. Hey Tansu, how is it going, buddy? Now, there's a face I did not expect to see. What brings the noble Lord of Doma and the company of bilge rats such as we? If you've come to offer Doman chains in place of Guardian ones, then I'm afraid you've wasted a trip. What a fine subjects you would make. With your fleet at our disposal, our restoration efforts would be hastened and done for. But let us speak seriously. I stand before you not to demand your fealty, but to request your aid once more. Shit is about to go down, you know, so to speak. Mayhap you are confused. Doma's liberation was but a means to an end. We aided you only to serve ourselves. Now we have no such incentive. We have sworn no oath to you and will not come running like hounds at the master's whistle. Oh, I would not presume to treat you thus. I come to petition your cooperation as an ally of equal standing. Equal standing, he says. Seems a little bit lopsided to me. Where's the profit for us in all this? Profit? I should always think in such short-sighted terms. Have you ever heard of doing the right thing? Have you ever heard of pirates, little miss? You'll find more simple souls. You pay our tithe, you sail in peace. Now yes, I do, and we take it by force. We pull you out of the water if we see you drowning, but we are not in the business of doing something for nothing. Calm yourself, Mistress Alize. We did not come here to moralize. We came here to talk, and there is more to be said. According to the records recovered after the liberation, relatives of your Doman-born brethren were among those conscripted into the Imperial Army, and as you may be aware, we recently negotiated the return of said conscripts. Many, alas, will arrive to find no families waiting for them, no homes to grant them shelter. I would ask that you offer them a place in the Confederacy. You would not be rescuing strangers, but welcoming brothers and sisters into your ranks, and has not the Confederacy been in need of new recruits? You seem well informed of our affairs, Lord here. Losses were suffered at the Guardian hands are no secret. Since we drove them out of Doma, the Ruby Sea has come alive with traders and travelers. So many vessels to tax, so few pirates to tax them. We could do with some more hands on deck, and doubly so if they're familiar with the inner workings of the Empire. Very well. The Confederacy agrees to your request. You will have your ship. But before that, you must do something for me. The vessel I have in mind was damaged during your battle with the Empire. Though we have mended her, she is yet to be declared seaworthy. She is sound enough down below, but when you load her up with conscripts and the waterline rises, those upper plates at best be free of cracks. Assuming you want your people to stay dry, you will do me the favor of swimming up around the hull and check for weaknesses. That is, the Doman Lords are not averse to getting the ropes wet. Not this, Doman Lord. We each inspect a third of the ship. It shall be done in a thrice. That is the spirit. The ship is moored at Quickscape Pier. Our apprentice shipwright will be on deck to hear your report. Look for a lad named Ahanashi. And I thought I had a knack for parlaying with pirates. For the record, my previous attempt was an unmitigated success. And yes, I should have quit while I was ahead. Well, well. I thought the rumors exaggerated, but the young lord lives up to his reputation. It's good to have a solid moment before shit really hits the fan, I wager. Daddy bot away! ship, I guess. Suspect hull plank. Upon closer inspection, you spot a small crack in one of the planks. Water will find any fucking way in. You see no signs of damage here. Right. How you doing, Hen? The water is so invigorating. I have not swum the ruby sea since. But I should be concentrating on the task at hand. How about you, Jose? How you doing? For once, I'm actually glad Yugiri isn't here. That she would have taken kindly to a pirate inviting him to inspect his hull. Yeah, too true. Yugiri is a little uptight, but she's enduring that way. Hello, good sir. Aye, on the shipwright, apprentice shipwright. Did you find anything that might need my attention? The section I inspected seems solid enough. Small crack at the back there. On the port side near the bow, you say? Alright. I'll have it look and see what I can do. My apologies, I seem to have lagged behind. I could float in that gentle sea all day. Otherwise, I'm happy to report no visible cracks or holes in my section at all. You're Lord Yen. The captain sent you to inspect the hull? Kami, have mercy. Forgive us this discourtesy, my lord. It's quite all right. In fact, I rather enjoyed it. I take it you are of Doma. Yes, my lord. The Imperials took my father away after the uprising. I had nowhere else to turn. The Confederacy became my family. Does he have a Moogle necklace? That is oh my god. And there are bombs on his robe? That is fantastic. But someone told me they're releasing the conscripts now. Maybe my father will be among them, but that I can go back. There's no leaving once you've joined. How fares our lady? Is she seaworthy? Captain, we've found a small crack on the port side, but I'll have it fixed and ready before you know. I see you've met the boy. Did he tell you his story? He babbles when he is nervous. Should his father be among the conscripts, as he hopes, I mean to give him a choice to leave this life. If he so chooses, I expect you to see they are provided for. I've heard that those who join the Confederacy forswear all ties with kith and homeland that are so easily put aside. If I allow it, I see in him the lad I was 25 years ago. You see the words? You mean them. The yearning of home still lingers. My family is long dead. I know this life is my lot, but he has scarce dipped his toes with us. If there is a life for him, Doma, he should have the chance to live it. Well said. Empire's conquest has uprooted many and more, but it be it in Yangsha or out on the Ruby Sea. We have a duty to ensure that Ehanashi and others like him are free to dwell where they desire. When the matter is settled, I will make preparations to cast off. Well, my friends, seems we have a ship. Let us return to the Enclave. Alright, back to the Enclave. We bounce back to... Okay. That was a nice nice breath of fresh air. I can talk today. I fucking swear. Expecting us, so on and so forth. Get a drink of water. Right. It seems Yukiri and Alphanor completed the task before us. They have been waiting. We scouted the structure and determined the swiftest path to their safety. In the event of hostilities, we will lead the conscripts outside with all possible haste. From there, the Confederacy has pledged a ship to ferry us across the One River. Now we have but to attend the exchange and pray the Kami these precautions were necessary. The primary agreement. Yen is ready to proceed with the prisoner exchange. While we were putting our contingency plans in place, I left Hakuru in charge of organizing transport for the Imperial prisoners. He will see they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come, they await us on the riverbank. God, I got fucking R words. Come, they await us on the riverbank, not far from the castro. This is where things come to a head. Come, JJ. We shall teach you politics. Aimbot, activate. Yeah, we're gonna rebuild that fucking thing. I think it's dangerous. And I cannot overstate how gorgeous this music is at nighttime. You ain't half bad either. Far better without those glowing gates anymore. How are you doing, y'all? With that, we had some hint as the ambassador's intentions. Had we not prepared for the worst, I should be wary of going through with this at all. No matter what a scythe throws at us, we cannot let that monster have his way. My only concern is the safe return of our people. That is what my lord wishes, and that is what we shall be done. Do not worry about the ship. It will be where it needs to be, and with Tansui at the helm. Tao rather spoils the view across the river, does it not? I concede we might perhaps have chosen a less ominous place to conduct the exchange. Your party is assembled then. Aye. Ready for what lies ahead, I trust. Lest there be any confusion, though, the tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange. That and whatever else Asahi has planned. But regardless of the ambassador's intention, we will bring our people home. Yuri, you are to evacuate the conscripts at the first sign of trouble. Yes, my lord. We, meanwhile, shall cover the escape, and then what support we can. Your ship awaits at the Casham loading docks. She will see you safely home. And stand ready to play their part. Come, let us be about it. Here we go. Here comes a cutscene, I bet. Yeah, there it is. Alright, let's see what the fuck Asahi has planned. Ooh, that's ominous fucking music. Kinda reminds me of Eye of the Tiger, though. about the same height.
At last, the hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Doma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
Indeed. We are ready to proceed with the exchange when you are. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh, the supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Doma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
How very generous. I confess I had not expected such compassion. Welcome though it is.
He's onto you something.
But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
Oh, she's back in the old dress. And God, does she look awesome. Yep, that's a villain.
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Naori, widow of Sashihai,
Oh, that's how you pronounce Narori.
and acting viceroy of Doma. You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish.
It feels a bit forced.
Well, well. It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement with the Ambassador, you are free to return with him to the Empire. Your authority as acting viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
My position is not for you to decide, little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Xenos himself.
Who's dead?
I will reign here in this putrid, pestilent swamp until the last of you has been broken.
Then what? Oh god, it's the fucking mirror, I knew it.
This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
That's intense. I fucking knew it!
What has she done?
Oh gods, this is a summoning.
Is she gonna Shiva? Oh my god, she is gonna Shiva. This is gonna be good. That is a big ass move. Yep, here we go. God, it has the light of the crystal too. That's actually kind of great. She looks great, actually. And she's a rabbit wife, too. Fantastic.
A Dorman citizen has called forth an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed. Abandon the captives and make preparations to withdraw.
But Ambassador!
Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
As you command.
You slimy little shit.
My lord, you must fall back!
You ask me to run?
God, Hien, you cannot be here for this. A strategic withdrawal.
Spare my pride, would you? I know this foe is beyond me. The field is yours.
A strategic withdrawal.
We will withdraw, but not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul!
My lord.
Fucking go.
I knew you would not flee. I see now the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours.
We're both
But
rabbit
I
wives.
have become Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon and divinity of night. What power can compare to such celestial majesty?
It's kind of weird that her face is kind of half black, half white.
I shall plunge
Rather weird to
all
look
I
at.
despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail.
Despite that, she looks pretty cool.
Come, let us cast the stalks and look upon the fate of Doma. I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
That's just cool. I can't even hate her. That's just cool. Oh. For a moment I thought we were gonna 1v1 her. Oh, okay. A Gojin relic and a trove of crystals. Through these tools of ritual summoning, the restored Yotsuya was born Tsukuyomi, divinity of night and lady of the moon. This being of celestial majesty would rule from on high and drown the lands of Doma in eternal darkness. Will you like shield he and his people? Flick and fail for the encroaching abyss. Let's fucking go! Look at her. She's so polite, just waiting for us to gather a posse of folks. Oh, wait, time's up. Let's get into this. Turn that beat up! Come on, another tank. There we go. Gashing from Minions. Why does everybody have a fucking bird scream in this?
Oh, it It's going to be a long night.
Lock it, eh?
Your end is near.
Oh, hello.
Your death will be all the sweeter.
What you doing? Ow! Why does it fade away? Ah, I understand. Feeds on my spite, on my soul. Come forth, shades of the dead, curse my name, strike my body, fill my soul. Worthless excuse, our daughter, not trouble. Font of misery, that's what you are. Ah, yes, my dearest dance. The bane of your existence at the very end. The curry's cursed, orphan! With Saki, wish on your corpse. Wiles won't matter here. Motherfucker! Kick a saw's ass! Fight like your life depends on it, dear sister. I wanted to disappoint me. Blooded hidden ground, falling to my rotten heart. Is that motherfucking Xenos? Come to deliver your judgment for my favor. It's out then, surely in the city times. Stay behind me, Suyu. My man Yosetsu! I have no place here. Must survive, Suyu. Can't be spared us. You cannot repay the bone. Saving your honor. Suyu. Perhaps it's too late for me. Night moon shall flower here upon the sight. Oh God!
In darkness blooms the spider lily.
Now shut up!
I shall prevail!
Hold on.
Take them!
Oh god! This way out. Oh god.
Not yet. I'll grind you under my feet.
Oh, that ain't good. Oh god. There.
I'll grind you under my feet.
Yep. Hello. That's on. Oh wow, her hair is white now. Nice. And she's dead. Okay. Well, that was intense. Let's see, am I sunk to my lowest then? This is far from over, my blood in hand. What's left? GG, I guess. God, that was intense. I think this game sort of taught me every mechanic till I reached here. Yatsuyu! You good? Motherfucker! It's the little worm. It's the little worm. It's the little one. It's the little worm. Deck him. Deck him now. Deck him in the face. He's already broken the negotiation. Kill him. You son of a bitch. Stop him! Come on! Oh, we are pissed. Kneecap his ass.
You really must learn to finish the job.
Shut the fuck up. Look at your stupid bowl cut.
'Tis true that a gaudy mirror and a handful of crystals make for a feeble summoning. But even the weakest icon is a god of sorts. A threat that must be put down.
So what, you were trying to kill your sister this entire time? Just because she was next to Xenos or something?
My, such hostility. These beings are the sworn enemies of the Empire. I merely did my duty as an Imperial officer.
Well, Imperial officer, I can see the pixels in your collar.
Will you surrender to anger then? Slay an anointed emissary to avenge a fallen foe?
Oh, I'd gladly kick your ass. You already started the war.
You cannot, of course. To do so would burn the bridges we have labored so hard to build.
You little fucking shit.
Oh, but I'm forgetting. They're already ash. This Dorman woman has seen to that. The Empire cannot ally itself with any nation that refuses to renounce summoning. I believe I was most clear on that point.
So I just kill you there.
It should have been mine. The power he bestowed upon her. I should have been the one to govern Doma. I would have repaid his faith.
Oh, you fucking fanboy. Shut the fuck up.
No one alive loves him more than I!
Doubt. Dude, he doesn't even know your name. He's not gonna fuck you.
This harlot betrayed his
dead.
trust. Useless piece of filth! Worthless whore!
That's what the Brutus is in the... Oh, it...
Thank you, dear brother, for this precious gift. Vengeance.
Oh my god. Oh, oh please. Yes! Oh, that's better than sex.
These people, our people, they ignore the corruption which festers beneath the surface. Cast aside that which is dirty and broken. Speak not of things which would disrupt their dreary little lives. Like you, Asahi. Always pretending not to see. You were the first. The first I swore to kill.
That's a, yeah.
Such bliss. I had thought my hunger insatiable. But now I am satisfied.
Not only took her killing her parents and her brother. You know how long we could have, how much suffering we could have avoided if we just let her kill them from the beginning? God, she could have been a scion.
You should feel honored, dear brother. I saved the last of my strength, just for you.
God, that was good. I need a cigarette after that. Look at us.
What's the matter? The Witch of Doma will soon be dead.
Yeah. Let's go for that one. See who you deserve the kind of fate.
Her happiness was never to be. Not in this world. I wonder, was the fruit as sweet as he remembered?
God, they just... no punches. Fuck! Damn, thanks for making me care for a villain I didn't before.
Look, Xenos.
Oh sweet, I do get to kill him. Not again!
Lord Xenos. I am at your disposal.
Asahi, you were born
Yes, my lord. I am honored that you would remember me. How may I serve?
You are hereby appointed Ambassador Plenipotentiary, and empowered to speak with the voice of the Emperor. Return to your native land of Doma, and announce your intention to sue for peace.
For peace?
Once negotiations are underway, you are to locate the acting Viceroy.
She lives? That is to say, I will, my lord.
When you have found her, you will initiate a ritual to call forth an icon. I will instruct you in the necessary steps. Yotsuyu's faith is unreliable, but as a child raised to believe in the Kami, she will serve as a vessel for one of the Kojin's gods. She need only wish it to be so. The power will seem a gift, but the Icon's essence will consume her. She will be no more than a husk, a slave to whim and desire.
You know, after cutting his throat, his voice got way raspier, didn't it?
My lord, ever since the day you saw fit to save my miserable life, I have dreamed of repaying your benevolence. Upon my honor, I swear to devote myself wholly to your service. All that you command will be done, no matter the cost. But I fear the subtleties of your plan yet elude me. From the reports I have heard, the champion who aids the Doman resistance would make short work of a single icon.
What the hell is with that Guardian bust over there?
The icon is merely a message. The pacifist teachings of the Populares spread through this city like a plague. And I would remind the people of the threat we face. You will be my chosen agent. The hand which tolls the warning bell. The salvation of this world will not be won through the signing of treaties.
Your chosen agent. I will not fail you, my lord.
And all the pieces fall into place.
My master, Lord Xenos, he will come for you.
Yeah, well, you're dead. And I'll never see you again. Now fuck off!
You have prevailed, I see.
Prevailed is a strong word. You got two bodies now. I'm sorry, man.
She is gone?
Yeah.
Wherefore did the Kami spare us, only to inflict this pain?
Poor Gosetsu. I feel so bad for Gosetsu.
Death shall not want for company this day. You spared us a worse disaster, but I fear our fledgling peace with the Empire was beyond saving.
Lord Hien!
Oh, you motherfuckers are still here? Oh, god damn it.
Maxima, is it not? I assumed you long fled.
I entertain thoughts of escape even now. But our negotiations have yet to reach a satisfying conclusion. The ambassador insisted that the summoning spelled an end to our mission here. But it seemed to me there was more to the tale.
Oh, good. An actual good Guardian.
I have heard tell of this power you wield. And in your vision, you witnessed Lord Xenos giving these orders.
Yeah, well, or an Asian one.
How can it
corpse.
be? Xenos is dead. He took his own life after the battle in Alamigo. I saw his body with my own eyes.
Forgive me, but Lord Xenos is very much alive. He granted our party an audience prior to our departure. That he was gravely wounded is certain, but his recovery appeared to be proceeding apace.
I'm afraid I share Lord Hien's confusion. The man's death was confirmed and his remains interred. These are matters of public record.
I have no doubt you believe what you say. But what then is the explanation? That an impostor has infiltrated the innermost circle of the Imperial Court? The idea is inconceivable, absurd. But worthy of investigation nonetheless. Our movement can ill afford to have a highly placed pretender undermining our efforts.
Your efforts may yet bear fruit. Tell me, what is to become of our prisoner exchange? Though we have already taken custody of our conscripts, we have yet to release your Imperial comrades. Do you still intend to collect them?
Yes. As the late Ambassador's second-in-command, it falls to me to speak on the Empire's behalf. And I'm happy to confirm our intent to proceed according to the original agreement.
Then let us be about it. 'Twould be a pity to abandon such a promising beginning.
Indeed. You have my thanks, Lord Hien. As soon as our people are secure aboard our airship, we shall depart straightways for Garlemald.
Tread lightly, Pilus. I sense treachery awaits you there.
Might I accompany you to the capital?
What?
Alphino, have you gone mad?
Alphino, you little shit, what are you doing?
Imposter or no, if Xenos was instructing Asahi on the finer points of ritual summoning, then experience tells us there is an Ascian waiting in the wings. Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience. They need our help.
Were you indeed willing to share your knowledge of this enemy, we would not shun your counsel.
This is so weird.
You truly mean to do this? In full knowledge of the danger?
Really, Alphino?
I have seen the Warrior of Light risk her life on countless occasions. Next to her, I'm scarce more than a distraction on the battlefield.
This is true.
But in the meeting room or the audience chamber, there I can make a difference. I can strike bargains, forge ties, and change minds. And where better to do these things than in the home of our old enemy?
Your lips are still fucking weird. I don't believe either of these options, but here we go. This is your moment.
'Tis not for me to stop you, but I would have you consider an alternative arrangement. Rather than braving the Empire as a simple traveler, go forth as an emissary of Doma. Such a position should offer you some measure of protection.
However little.
Go then. You've obviously made up your mind.
Hey, it's just Alizé adventures
Just try
now.
not to do anything reckless, all right?
No, do stuff reckless. Get killed.
I shall be on my best behavior. Farewell, my friends.
was a lot. A lot to take in. Setsu dragged himself here from his sickbed to be greeted by the sight of Yatsuyu's corpse, and not the words to comfort him. Ah, Alphonse, you impulsive fool. Thought about trying to talk him out of it. I know what I would say if the roles were reversed. Stubbornness is something of a family trait. Ain't that true? I knew Asahi was planning some manner of treachery, but a summoning? Thank the kami you were here, my friend. None of us would have escaped Yatsuyu's vengeance had you not intervened. She was a pawn, but still she had a choice. She chose to submit to the ambassador's plan. This little wonder Setsu departed in silence. I gather he left the same way he came, alone aboard a rowing boat. As for the conscripts, most made it to Sakabune before the battle began in earnest. The vessel yet awaits on the riverbank for those who did not flee in the night. Then I suggest we put this doleful place behind us and make for the Enclave together. 'Twould be a shame to miss the joyous reunion. Gotta get his cadence down, and then I lose it after not streaming for a while. You know? Cutscene. To arrive at sunset. Hey, Tsugaha, whatever his name. The apprentice shipwright. There's his dad. Yeah! Lupin have the members. Some good came out of this after all.
How often have I imagined this moment? Thank you for helping it come to pass.
All's right with the world. How sweet. Another win for Hien. Good for him. Good for him. Here's Gosetsu.
There you are.
If he's wearing a Yatsuyu wig, I'm going to lose it. Oh no, he's just Bruce Willis. Looking good, Gosetsu.
Gosetsu, your hair.
My friend, what have you done?
An old man who cannot raise his blade has no place in the service of a young lord. Thus did I decide to devote my remaining days to pilgrimage. I will walk this land, offering prayers of repose for all the souls who left this life in suffering.
A normal thing to do.
All of them?
Oh man, Safe travels, Gosetsu. You were such a good character.
A fulsome farewell makes for an enjoyable journey.
Indeed it does, man. I'm gonna miss you,
Scarcely
son
have
of
we
a
said our
bitch.
goodbyes to Alphino, and you leave us too. But 'tis well that my companions find their own way forward. I must endeavor to do the same.
I have faith that you will find the best path for Doma without me, my lord. Pray forgive me this last act of selfishness, and grant me your blessing.
You have earned it 1,000 times over. Go in peace, my friend. I shall make of Doma a land where children laugh and none need live in fear.
There is no better way to honor those who went before. And with that, I take my leave.
He arrived with the sunrise and leaves as the sun sets. And night descends. God, that's so good. Oh god, this is such a good game. Yeah, Hanashi, that was his name. How you doing, man? Look at you, boy. Life of the sea has made you strong. I think Kami, you spotted that cracked plank. The ship ended up bringing my father home. And the captain said, well, let's just say I'm not a pirate anymore. I'm going to live in Doma with my father. We're free. Good for you, man. Happy to see it. You hardly dare hope and to Kami is still alive. That's familiar. Did I fight him once? It would be far too quiet without Gosetsu around. I wonder if you'll ever see him again. Well, speaking of reunions, have you spoken with Hanashi? Turns out his father was among the returning conscripts. I just did. I was way ahead of you. Gosetsu relinquished his duties with a grace befitting a samurai lord. Only hope that I can fill the void which he has left behind. Ah, Gosetsu. Fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet equation, but there's yet ample cause to be grateful. Pray join us in the Kyokan. We would thank you properly. Do I get your sword? Do I get Gosetsu's sword? I will not say no to a big-ass sword, you know, over the one I already have. With all that out of the way, Doma should be able to look forward to a period of relative calm. As for us, well, we have an intriguing story to tell everybody back at the Rising Stones. Lord Hien trained under Gosetsu from the day he was old enough to hold a sword. Though he smiled through all the farewells, none will feel his absence more keenly. This is true. Our brothers and sisters are returned to us. The dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live long in the memory, and one that would never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. No sweat, Hien. Glad we got to spend more time with these characters. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you, I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is a source of grave concern. Mayhap the gravest. Yet, there's little to be done, but to wait for Alphenor to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfill the promise I made to Gosetsu, by building a nation in which none need to live in fear. I confess, I miss him already. But the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Tsuyu such kindness? I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the life of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Shatsuyu's childlike name, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, the little girl who was lost to him. After the loss of his family, Gosetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered many hardships, strove beyond the limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I had hoped that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment. Would that the Kami had been so minded. Even now, I label to discern any meaning in Yatsuyu's life. To deliver her from certain death with no memory of her sins, and to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother, can that truly be the will? That I cannot tell you. The will of the Kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment, a girl named Suno, known as Tsuyu, a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us, and that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a brief moment. Yep, you missed the fight. And you missed the saw he died. God, that was so good. That was great. All of my hate into that one character. And it paid off. Doma owes you a great debt, my friend. Thanks to you, we have everything we need to prosper. You and Alze must promise to visit us again soon. And Alphino too, when he returns from the Empire. Know that my thoughts go with him. However far his pilgrimage may take him, we have not seen the last of Gosetsu. That I am certain. I hope not. Under the moonlight, Alze seems ready to bid farewell to Doma. I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. Before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Rago's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lise about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. Alright, back to Alamigo. It'll be on the VOD though, KO2. Though, judging by my OBS, it says it lagged during the fight, so... Wow, I dropped like 100% of frames at one point. Damn. Yeah, right, I gotta do a Cockney accent for her, don't I? Endling, Athassay, you're back? No Alphina. It is good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? If this is a joke, gods, this had better be a joke. Shit is going down, Lise. Look, I know what I said, alright? We all saw it. And here you were saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous it sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But, well, I might doubt the word of the Imperial envoy. and inclined to trust indolence. She saw the crown prince through the echo, a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. Xenos is alive. I'm not sure he's him, but he's alive. No. It must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter? Xenos is dead. He had a great hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye. Someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? Those gilded halls. What are you talking about? Hey, it's Ed's boy himself, Thickrad! Thickrad? What brings you to the reach? Alfredo had me lending a hand at the sorcery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on. Just until operations were up and running, and now that they are, I thought I might look in on you for wending my weary way back to the headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? Since I hate the man, doesn't feel right defiling his grave, but if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. There's no curious eyes about if we can manage. You must bury it up in the bloodhound. The rocks. Its grave was set apart from the others, left unmarked, so as not to upset the locals. And it shouldn't be too hard to find, Naga. You're in charge until I get back. Naga doing all the work. Alright, walk to the locks, I guess. Candy bot activate. Relaxing thing. Can't wait for you to reach affiliate. Affiliate? You mean like, with Twitch? What do I need to be? Check on that really quick, actually. Back to affiliate. I've reached 50 followers. Stream for 8 hours, stream on 7 different days, and have an average of 3 viewers. Yeah, I need an average about 3 viewers, and then it'll make me eligible to apply for the affiliate program. As it stands, I have an average of somehow 0.94. Congratulations, KO2. You are a percentile of a viewer somehow. How do you get 0.94 of a viewer? How? This is stupid. Fucking hell. Oh, I'm floating here. I might as well see if I can do that. Consistency. Yeah. I don't know if this is a media source. I'll try it. Okay, what the fuck? a try though. Consistency. There is also others. I have like 0, I think. Yeah. I'll have to try that later. Anyway. So I have to consistently get 3 people to watch me throughout my entire streams. Probably when I start flipping back and forth between Final Fantasy XIV and other games. You know, really lean into the variety. Since I've been, like, completely going on Final Fantasy since... I want to say August, September. Then we did the horror stuff in October. Went back on it sparsely throughout November. Took a break through December, and now I'm back on it in January. It says, what say you, Alize? Most of the graves are grouped together, but they may manage to find a lonely spot for Xenos. Damn thing. My money is on withering snakes, possibly spiders. Let's prise it open and see what comes out. This is it. Gods, he'd better be in there. Scrawling all over the stone a while ago. And I had it scrubbed off. Thought to know more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied. Well then, we're present with but one course of action. And we had best be sure we are not observed in doing it. Shall we begin?
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
How very nonchalant of you, Thancred. How would you even fit Xenos in there? Have you seen his body? It's fucking massive.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
Oh my god, did he possess a body? Either that's the guy who stole it, or... Xenos went Asian? I don't know. The resonant stuff was kind of iffy at best. Oh, that's true. If there's no corpse, then we to conclude the rumors are true. Not necessarily. Might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. Agent that has been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphino's theory of an Asian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you, they have no qualms about taking living hosts, let alone a dead one. Yeah, Resonant Powers just kind of... They have a false echo, but he was powerful enough to bind a primal. But, like, can he possess bodies like an Asian? You're saying an Asian is walking around in Xenos' body? Seems a distinct possibility. To put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if the body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He was good. He was good at cutting his own head off. Anyway, Robon needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Rauger's Reach. Don't know why I'm surprised. The matter settling down in Doma, it would do for another crisis. I'm happy you're seeing it that way, Alize. Like, we got done with everything in Alamigo. Went to Doma. Doma happened, now it's time for Alamiga shit to happen. Maybe something will happen in Ishgard again. It was fun being in Ishgard. Shall we make for the Rising Stones, then? Last time we shared these developments with the others. Rabbit wife nod. Holy shit. I was like, you need to warn us before we fucking teleport somewhere. Ah, fuck. What's up? I know grandfather and Home have yet to discuss it, but the liberation of Doma is surely only a matter of time before the refugees decide to return to the Far East, no? I mean, they haven't already. Ah, whatever. You would go back to Doma, then a new place, then back to Enemigo. Good to know. Well, I was waiting for you to arrive. We teleported here together. Alza, I spoke with Uriange over the Link Pearl. Gave him a full report. Ishtola is on her way and should be here any... Any what? Any what? Now go falling asleep on me. What do you mean? Oh, she's here. Alize, indolent. It's good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Shit is going down, Y'shtola. God, it's been so long since I've heard her voice. I'll try my best. Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that an Ascian now inhabits Xenos' body. The doppelganger might fool the crown prince's subordinates, but indolent. Nay, Alfredo had the right of it. Word that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold, the shadowy web of the Paragons, like it does not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but... I was gonna say, pot calling the kettle black there, Alize. I'm worried. Just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Alright, well we get... Oh, cutscene. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace... God, I forgot he had the light of the crystal. Hey, it's Varys! What the fuck do you sound like again? God, he looks grumpy. He looks like something's stuck in his mouth. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan, every part behaving exactly as required. We should make him sound like Nixon. I am not a criminal. My methods may have seemed extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of the star. That's fucking ominous. Hey, isn't that a cash from Albania? What the fuck ever. What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. Soldier, even. What have you lost your mind? Yeah, that's Xenos. I recognize that sword swing anywhere. I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins, embrace goodness, and maybe not? Nay, I think not. For the one I yearn to face yet still lives. My hunt must go on. Yep, still horny. Unreasonably so. God, he looks so stupid in that fucking thing. Okay, bye. I'd take him more of a threat if he didn't look so fucking silly. What's up, Yashiro? I haven't talked to you in a while. Alphino will need all his wits if he is to survive his visit to Garlemald. We know precious little about life in the Imperial capital. That's said. Emissary of the Dawn, with thoughts of Alphino's plight weighing heavily on her mind, Alize might welcome some company. It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? I suppose all we could do now is wait for word from Alphino. Don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to get on with. I should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with a tale of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new primal especially. I'll put the kettle on then. That table looks free. Would you like to take a seat? Mr. Taro, we spill the tea. Taro is the best tea spiller yet. Taro! Where the fuck are you, buddy? Not here. Oh wait, she's back in Kagane. What the fuck am I doing? I'm an idiot. Upon sitting at the table, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Oh, great. That tea's gonna be poison, and then we'll black out, and Hauser is gonna be possessed by fucking Asien. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. What the fuck is with this game and making us drink stuff and then dying? Interesting. So this Tsukuyomi was summoned with much the same manner as Susanoo, be the medium of a sacred relic. That is right. They believe the gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalog of such relics. But if we are to contain the threat, we will require better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea. I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hian will wish to welcome our resident expert on ethereology. What the fuck is Erange? Didn't you invite him too? Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? Oh yes, the Shadow Hunter saga. It certainly looks that way. Come, sit down. Tell us how your investigations went. After you left, I went about questioning bloodhounds, gravekeepers. They all told me the same story. Once police and her officers had confirmed Zeno's dead, his corpse was interred under the strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony on that point. And when I mentioned the defacement of the Zenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity. I assumed the act had to have been perpetrated by Avenger Alan Megan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offender's scrawl was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, it's like the corpse had already been missing. Assuming Zenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed impostor, or an Ascian has taken up residence within it. If Asahi was as fervent a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by impersonation. However committed, we must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how much more such monsters are waiting for Alphino in Garlemald? Her presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Quite literally, I guess. Quickly, everybody look around and act like they're being busy, especially that guy. Just point at things. Ah, Mr. Alphino. You are making good speed towards our destination. It's not a miss. Hey, it's just I see not from my cabin. I was curious to know the land over which we flew. I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I'm happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Uthard. Even with the benefit of the porthole, the case would have been greeted with naught but moms upon moms of lifeless earth. I've read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, where dry of every last drop of ether. Aye, it is believed that a succession of Icon summonees was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Othod, beheld this flight, he said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation, declared Icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Well, that ain't fucking good. Report! Under attack, sir. Magitek armor. No visible designation. Magitek? But who? Ah! All cannons, return fire. Damage report. Main reactor's been hit. Helm's unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it! I knew exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. Can't be late. Can't be quick. Glad to have you back, Master Alphino. We have landed in one piece, more or less. The air infiltration system is damaged. The ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and go out while we still can. Good. fucking love, Alphino. This is where you die. Aye. Duty calls. Commence battle for Emissary of Dawn. What? Oh my god, well, Alphino. So this is what it feels to be a little shit. In the coming battle, you will fight as Alphino. Master Alphino, when I ask you to search for survivors, I proceed to the injured helmsman. Destroy the airship rack. That's a damage. Heal and use Physic to heal wounded soldier. Revive wounded soldier. Any clack. My thanks. I don't know. I don't think I would have made it. What are you looking at? Yes, we will very likely saved his life. The question of who tried to take it remains. The last few out of the missing, the prince wishes none left. Prince? We're not coming to parley, I feel. Fair? Ready your weapon. Oh, help! That ain't good. I don't know why I expected a helicopter. It's like we have a tussle. God damn it, Alpha. Why'd you have to dodge? Found it. Yeah? Not like this. I don't think you get to choose. Are you ready for the death you deserve, little man? Damn it! Why is it another Alpha no? Hello? What? Who in the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphino. Let us finish this then. Why did you resummon the top offer? Let's fucking go! That's awesome. ho! Guy broke out of its chains with full rage. Did we win? Hey! Yeah! Cutscene. My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, well. I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know me, sir? I have some small history with you all. But I would speak of the present. Know you your assailants? Seven, and the severity of your predicament. Soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard. And I could venture a guess as to the motives. But you've yet to have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking. As for our purpose, let this be your answer. Ascian mask. The face of our prey. Somebody's hunting Ascians. We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay. Make your own choice. Even should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guards. Indeed. We accept your gracious offer. Shadowhunter will suffice for the present. Come. Fucking ominous. Yeah, wait, isn't that... Is that Gaius's face mask? Like, not his helmet, but like the little white piece? Neat. This is intolerable. But as much as I wish it was otherwise, there's nothing we can do for Alphino now but pray for success. Well, that is not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. And I'm coming with you. Can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alze, but the provinces are hostile territory. And stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. I'll go with them. And how exactly would that be any better? I must refuse your company as well, my friend. Formidable though you are, the success of my mission depends on moving unnoticed. Unless you forget, you have grown rather famous. I punched one guy in the face. I trust you understand. Oh, fine. Fine. Just promise you'll be careful. I mean, this is some good fucking tea. What are you using this? Alcohol? Some good shit. Some gourmet tea. Oh, go back. Okay. Alice and her brother bicker as all siblings do. But she worries for him nonetheless. It would be a kindness if you were to visit from time to time. Distract her from her cares. Well, I'd best put my skulking put on my skulking boots. There will be no room for mistakes once I cross the border from Alameda. Seems that praying is all but the extent of my contribution after all. But I was still behind, as I have been bid. We all have our talents. Mine just happened to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word the moment I learn aught of consequence. See that you notify me, too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Aldenard vessel to bear me thither. But I shall return if I am needed. Be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Indolent. With any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report for Alfnor to share. Alright, take care, you do. Just chill out. You have learned the emote Ponder. Alright, it's about 11:20. I think I'll call this stream here. Feels like we're starting to begin a new arc. And I want to start it and not finish it today. So, we shall continue this tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to KO2 as always. Your presence in the chat makes it all the more better. And I will see you all tomorrow, barring any unforeseen circumstance. Y'all stay warm. It's still winter out there, even though spring be a-coming. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.